Nick Bontis is here with Bontis on Business. Thanks for being here, Nick. So the latest development in this pipeline approval process, it appears to be good, but it's a very long process. And even if this does come about, how much of an impact could this approval have on Canadian markets?
You're right, Nick. It's a very complex process here. And this is actually the 5th comprehensive report to actually state that there would be no environmental impact, even though the environmentalists still believe that there's going to be some damage. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter how many reports they put together. At the end of the day, President Barack Obama has to sign off on the deal. So TransCanada Pipeline stock actually went up a little bit today, but the pipeline process still has to go from Alberta to New Brunswick, and then from Nebraska, to Texas. And unfortunately, even in Nebraska, there's going to be trouble here because I've been told that none of the landowners that the pipeline is supposed to go through Nebraska are actually going to approve anybody doing construction on their land. So we're still very, very early in the process here.
All right,
Nick.
a lot of hurdles to jump there. Let's go from jumping to sinking. The loonie really plummeting this week, down around the 89-cent mark right now. Some economists are calling for maybe an 87 or an 85-cent dollar. So overall, is this good news or is this bad news? Because the government for a while was touting the strength of our dollar even when it was above par. So where do we sit now?
I believe that the perfect sweet spot is probably in the low 90s, so about 92, 93 cents. Its precipitous fall is not good for us really because at the end of the day, our exporters are going to have to compete based on that dollar. It actually sustained itself today and had a little bit of a bump positive, and that's because GDP growth in Canada went up 0.2%. But I don't understand that, Nick, either, because is 0.2% really growth? I think it's just sideways anyway. So at the end of the day, consumers, if you're going down to the U.S. for vacation, you're going to be hurt with the weaker dollar, but our exporters are going to benefit somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, 0.2%. You can't even close your fingers over that. Nick, while we have you here, it's time for those crazy Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah.
And this year, we're seeing a lot of dogs in here, but of course, if you don't have an antenna, you're not going to see them. But let's play one of the spots here.
Okay.
This one's from Budweiser.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
All right, so Budweiser pulls out the Clydesdales once again, really tugging on our heartstrings on this one, Nick. What does it say about this? They're not even showing a bottle of beer.
No, they aren't. I mean, at the end of the day, this commercial is simply about puppy love and a little bit of interspecies love between the puppy and the Clydesdales. But as soon as you saw the Clydesdales go after the puppy, boom, you knew right away it was a Budweiser
and you're
commercial.
Hooked, right? All of a sudden they get you in there. Now,
That's
these ads this year, by the way, they've set a record, $4.5 million for a 30-second spot. And this next commercial, again, also around a dog. It's for Audi, and this one is about compromise. Have a look.
I think I like this little guy.
I love this one.
You know, you could always compromise and breed them together. Dobra Wawa. Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
I've never seen a breed like this.
Nor have I.
I don't know what to make of it, frankly.
It's unsettling. It's disturbing to look at it directly. How did this dog get past regions? That's what I want to know.
I'm Sarah McLaughlin. Will you help these misunderstood animals?
Great CGI effects there. Nick, again, you know, most Canadians aren't going to see these because most of us have cable rather than antennas. But with $4.5 million for a 30-second spot, they're putting them online early, right? Because they're trying to get extra buzz.
Yeah, this is actually a very, very funny commercial, the Dobra Wawa. And it turns out that Audi is the owner of this commercial, go figure. But the interesting thing about this particular commercial, Nick, is that Sarah McLaughlin actually starred in the teasers for a few days leading up to it. Oh, yeah. And the Dobra Wawa was attacking her, even though she was kind of warning that something new was going to happen.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
so it's interesting. I'm sure we'll be talking about the rest in the coming days. Nick, thanks for your time.